So yeah, we have a treat in store. We have the team from Oscars, which is one of the premier Oracle spatial consultancies, I would say, in the world, presenting a really innovative and robust solution for smart airports. They're calculating better on-time departures using a machine learning solution based on some powerful Oracle Cloud technologies. And this is obviously a solution that will help anybody who has taken an airplane, as we all are starting to do more and more nowadays. So just a quick introduction of our three speakers from Oscars. I'll just want to sandy check. Olivier, Robin, and Yannick, are you all set technically on your cameras and your microphones?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Jane.
Perfect. Fantastic. Great. Thanks. So yeah, I'll just introduce you three briefly because I want to give you enough time for your sessions, but for your content. Olivier Dubois is the CEO and founder of Oscars, just a great friend of the Oracle Spatial team. And he's just been one of the leaders in terms of Oracle Spatial expertise and sharing that generously with the community, with key customers like Paris airports and several public sector organizations, as well as key data providers in the spatial space. He speaks and teaches about Oracle technologies all over Europe and has won multiple awards. So we're very happy to have Olivier on as always. And he has two fantastic colleagues on board as well. Robin Smith, who is also tons of expertise within IT. He's been in the industry for many years, and before he started to head up the streaming technologies work at Oscars, he was at Oracle for quite a while, heading up the event-driven architecture and complex event processing technologies. And he was responsible for really taking that platform to another level. So just a lot of great synergies as well. And then Yannick Leroux is a functional analyst and project manager at Oscars. And he's overseeing projects at some major airports clients at Oscars. And I know that Yannick also has a background in logistics and supply chain management that do him well. Following Roger's lead, we like the speakers to just share a quick fun fact about themselves. Olivier is a Belgian comics enthusiast, and his favorite character is Obélix, I think.
Obélix.
Obélix, yeah.
Asterix and Obelix, he's my role model, Obelix.
Right. So I think that's really kind of a fun tie-in in terms of, I think, the characters' magic potions is kind of an equivalent to the magic potion that Oracle Spatial Technologies presented to Olivier. So I just love that analogy there. And then Robin, I think your career always brings you back to Oracle somehow in terms of your many past experiences at different companies that eventually get acquired or whatnot. So Robin, we're just pleased to have you in the Oracle ecosystem with your great work at Oscars as well. And then Yannick, you had a couple of fun facts. Just for the sake of time, I think I'll just pick one. I saw on your CV that in your spare time, you are a goalkeeper playing football or soccer, as it's known in the US, and that you've done that for 20 years. Very cool to have that. And I know a lot of other A&D OUC folks are football fans as well. So if you're ever able to come to one of our in-person conferences, maybe we can introduce you to Abby and you guys can start a game or a scrimmage. So with that, Olivier, Robin, and Yannick, I'll hand it off to you.
I will start sharing my screen.
Yeah, I'm taking the bet for the World Cup against the Belgian team, soccer players. I'm waiting your bets to see who will win this World Cup. And we will speak about Qatar Airport. That's the reason why I'm mentioning that. Olivier Dubois speaking. I'm the CEO of Oscars. I started Oscars a few years ago, mainly to make the link between IT and geographic and geomatic. In fact, Oscars means Oracle Spatial Consulting and Resourcing Services initially, even if we moved to a lot of other stories than not only Oracle, but like Jean said, as Obelix, I felt in the magic potion when I was younger, and it's the Oracle one. I will just explain which technologies we are using for the Oracle in general, and where we would like to explain the airport use case. Yannick and Robin will present themselves too. We are mainly in different sectors. These are the main one we are covering, but in general, we make the link between IT and geographical information system. In most of the use case we use the geographic information to enhance decision-making and to improve the global process. The main customer where we are use geographical information to take decision, like an airport, to know where are people, what they are doing, what they are spending, the resource management allocation. We do that for logistic too, where the goal is to know estimated time of arrival of a truck to a warehouse. We do people management of maps. We did last year or last semester the Apple EMDF format, indoor mapping format for Paris Airport, where the data will be soon published to the Apple Maps for the indoor mapping at Paris Airport. And we do GIS for a lot of different public sectors to mainly publish, but also load and manage, secure, and so on. We had a remote sensing project with Oracle GeoRaster to store the data set into the database and to connect the backend of Oracle Spatial Data and Mapping to AI and detection of objects. We'll explain that later on for airports, but we did that for a Belgian project with 16,000 square kilometers for the Walloon region of satellite imageries. And we had to detect swimming pools. It was a study and a research we did with local universities. So we do research, we do business projects, and we are a main partner of ESA, European Spatial Agency, where we have been fund for the project we will show today for Qatar. We technically, I will not speak a lot about our knowledges because we would like today to spend time on business case and end user case. And the goal is always for me to make the process simple for the end user. They want to be notified. They want to see results back from whatever process to detect abnormalities and delays and problem in their daily task. And that's where we are working. I had a lot of technical exchange with the team and with the Oracle Spatial team in general. Because we know the database. I was working at Oracle a few years ago, like Robin. We are recognized as the Oracle Spatial expert in Europe. Even if the market has changed, it's still a component we use often, and where we try to promote Oracle Spatial for the big data storage and a lot of functionalities. As Jim said before, the Oracle Apex and Studio and mapping engine are there. We have a lot of projects around Apex, and the solution for airport here is done on Apex too. And with Robin, we ingest the Oracle Stream Analytics and Golden Gate components to have real-time notification to the end user. And we use the backend component like those one, and we use machine learning. We are on the cloud. We had also chatbot project and so on. We have quite a lot of different skills. But what we have done in the last 3 years is to switch to an end user system that Yannick will explain, called JIP Flow. JIP is our core platform, geo-intelligent platform. And JIP Flow, GIP Flow, is the mechanism to help the end user to define their own rules. Because for each of the customers we have seen, they work in silos, they have different needs, and they always describe different process. And when you show to a end user a point moving on a map, if the point is a truck and you show it as a plane, the customer will say, oh, you are not doing the same for logistic. For us, it's a point. I mean, we don't need to have it as an aircraft, but estimated time of an aircraft or estimated time of a truck is for us technically not exactly the same, but we try to switch to a platform that's end user configurable, and that's what Yannick will explain just now. I'll let you continue.
Yeah, so good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Yannick Lewis, and now I will present to you the project JIP for Smart Airport we did in Qatar. So before the project in Qatar, as Olivier mentioned, we created our product called JIP Flow, so Geo-Intelligent Platform. The goal of this product is to combine every data sources where there is a lack of information at some point. We try to fill in the gap, and with this example, asset knowledge action, I will show you how we try to provide operational information in real time. So basically it stops to work in silos. There is a combination of every informations at the same time. So if I give you an example, a logistic use case, for example, the asset is a truck of a fleet, of a company. The knowledge is what you want to know about this truck. So for example, it could be an ETA, estimated time of arrival, or when the truck will arrive in a certain area to prepare teams in a warehouse. And the action is the way you will notify the person in charge of this knowledge. Here we speak about a truck. It could be a boat, it could be an aircraft, but it could be as well something else like a stock. For example, an asset could be a wheel stock. The knowledge is what you want to know is when the stock will be close from zero, and you set a threshold to launch an alert to say that you have to start an order to be ready to go on. So basically, JIP provides an operational screen to manage operation. There is a screen showing everything. It has been done on Apex. JIP provides real-time information and geolocalization if needed. It enables the user to personalize JIP to solve their pains. JIP connects all data sources operating in silos, as I mentioned before. Ascars provide a free demo and mobile app of its solution, and the solution is cloud-based, which improves accessibility during operations. So the project called JIP for Smart Airport that I will present to you now is based on our core product, JIP Flow. It's a R&D project we started more than a year ago in collaboration with the ESA, so the European Space Agency. To give you a small summary, It's 22 countries being part of the organization. It's the coordination of spatial projects developed by member states. It's the third biggest spatial agency after NASA and CNSA from China. And it's funding projects involving space assets. So with this, there was a creation of JIP product. It was based on project and consultancy experiences we had with clients. Oscar has seen, based on their experience, a missing product in airports platform. And the goal is to help airports actors to decide from a real-time information. And it includes position. In 2014, started the relation with the European Space Agency for Oscars with an ESABIC incubation program in Belgium. Before we were in Luxembourg when we came back to Belgium. The goal was to achieve our geointelligent platform core component. So in 2019, we got awarded by the European Space Agency for an R&D project called JIP for Smart Airport. We did a feasibility study on smart airports, and based on the feasibility study and what we already did, we could offer modules and features. So basically the main features and the benefits that we provide is to take advantage of your data, optimize your assets, get real-time insight, reduce administrative work, and share and extend your knowledge in real time. To give you a bit of contextualization about this project, so as I mentioned, we got selected by the European Space Agency. It provides sustainable, smart, space-based based services, which is the main goal of this project. The solution is built in Belgium. It uses futuristic ESA space-based technologies with latest satellite imageries. And we use advanced technologies to create this project. And of course, Oracle was involved when we speak about advanced technologies. Oracle helped us to find an airport to create this project. And it was in Qatar. So the goal of this project in Qatar was to create an innovative solution within a single ecosystem. So we had Qatar Airways, which is the airline, Ahmad International Airport, which is the airport of Doha in Qatar, and QAS, Qatar Aviation Services. It is a company that load and offload aircraft during operations, but as well handle operation on apron in real time. And so the vision is to provide a collaborative and predictive solution between airport, airline, and handlers. So there is all the time this goal to have a single ecosystem working together. So the main objective is to provide a situational awareness to the end user. We provide real-time overviews, predictive alerts, and adjusted PTS. So the PTS is the precision time schedule. We use space asset, and we provide as well airport mapping to increase and improve the work in real time based on these mappings. We got the chance, Olivier got the chance with another colleague to go on site, to really discuss with end users, to really understand their needs, what they were looking for, and to see how operations are moving on, to really see how we can propose something that will change their operation positively. When we speak about innovation, the goal is to close gaps between internal systems, so internal systems of the airline, of the airport, of the handler, and there is Oracle underlying solution used for this project. So there is artificial intelligence and machine learning. So for the artificial intelligence, it makes it possible for JIP for Smart Airport to learn from experience and adjust to new inputs and decrease stress over operations. And the machine learning component will help to train the system to enrich predictive alerts. But this, my colleague Robin will explain you in details. So what is important now is to explain the user experience. So an overview of assigned flights with real-time operational awareness improves decision-making process of flight supervisors. So here I will give you some use case of end users that are working in Qatar, but it's more general for other airports. It's more about operational supervision. So for example, if I'm a turnaround manager, my pain is to have a situational awareness and check if turnaround operations are moving well. And so our solution, Jeep for Smart Airport, solves it by providing a situational awareness on a map with real-time operations to give an overview and raise alerts based on operation and AI and machine learning. The second use case, the second end user, as a flight coordinator, my pain is to check on several screens to monitor operations and retrieve problematic situations based on my perceptions. So our solution will solve it by giving a situational awareness, again, on one single application gathering all operational information. Retrieve flights with operational issues to simplify the work and monitor flights moving well forward. The last end user use case is for the duty manager. So my pain is to assign and reassign flights based on operational context and allocate resources. Our solution, Jeep for Smart Airport, solves it by providing real-time information and raise alerts to reassign flights easily. Based on the situational awareness and AI algorithm, an easier resource allocation is possible. So here you can see a screenshot of our application displaying flight details. It's every details information that a flight coordinator must have to go on with his operation. You have here the flight action list. So the flight coordinator has an overview of task completion. There is a color code to really show what is the status and what tasks are moving forward, and task by task to see if the completion is moving forward and on time. Based on what we created, it will decrease the number of screens used by the end user and really improve and make things easier for them. And there is an hypervision gathering several data sources and enabling a faster decision-making process in real time. So for the flight display and mappings, so a graphical map displays details and provides a clear real-time overview of operations. So here you can see what we propose to Qatar. It's the display of several aircrafts, flights in real time. And we can see that there is a color code to really show what is the status of the aircraft, if it's on time or not. And on the right side, you can see several events that are happening on the apron, the parking location of the aircraft. So there is really a color code that will help the end user to move forward and to work on. So a graphical map of the apron displays details to have an operational awareness to enable any updates. So here you have a satellite imagery of the Hamad International Airport. You can see as well aircrafts and a color code to really show what is the status of the aircraft. Here you have a graphical overview of the Hamad International Airport with map layers. So basically you can have an overview about runways, terminal, taxiways, gates, apron, and it's really improving the work and decreasing the difficulty to bundle every data sources and every information on several screens. For example, the red point shows that an apron is already used, so you can easily work on. You have as well the component live traffic that enables the end user to really have a good overview about what is going on runways and aprons. And to really summarize the project, G4 Smart Airport, it's really sending real-time alerts to the end user and work on the predictive component to really improve the work and make things easier in real time. And so G4 Smart Airport will detect problematic situation to move forward. Now I will give the floor to my colleague Robin that will discuss with you machine learning and artificial intelligence.
Okay, thank you, Yannick and Olivier. Let me just share my screen here. There you go. Yes, thank you very much. Nice to be with you all today. Hello and welcome. I'm based out of the UK, but as Jean said, while I was working in California for 20 years, every company that I worked for, Sun Microsystems, Stellant, BEA, all eventually got consumed, acquired by Oracle. So my destiny was always with Oracle while I was in the United States. My role here at Oscars is to manage and promote real-time streaming event-driven architecture solutions. And so let's move on to the presentation on GIP. As you heard, Oscars Geointelligent Platform has an integrated collection of Oracle products with not only Oracle Spatial used from the database perspective, but also as a tightly integrated component of Oracle Golden Gate Stream Analytics, providing real-time location-based movement analysis and also sophisticated geofencing features. As the platform has progressed over the years, the Oscars data science team, led by Igor Vieira, has now included many machine learning capabilities. And I'm going to walk you through a scenario with Angelica. Angelica is the ground master of an airport. She is a persona of an actual person at our customer sites. So she's what we call a flight coordinator. In short, she needs to monitor the many activities relating to a flight in the real-time apron airport. And these services could be catering, refueling, passenger boarding, disembarkation, and so on. And she needs to provide the management with anticipated execution times of these services. Using a historical view of the set of scheduled activities and tasks, she tried to determine what are the critical tasks involved. By knowing her challenges, Angelica came up with this idea, graph analytics, which is a relatively new area for analytics, which refers to the analysis applied on graph-based data. She started simple by using what was already available, the planned flight table information. These flight tables are composed by many different levels of information, such as task dependencies, task allocation time, etc. By using critical path analysis, two things are possible. Build a graph with each set of tasks associated with a flight and label the critical tasks in the green color. When Angelica compares the one based on the planned tables to what has actually been observed, she sees a couple of mismatches, and the tasks here that are indicated in red in the diagram. Angelica gets 89% accuracy. Business-wise, by relying only on the planned data, she is mislabeling around 110,000 tasks per year. And in this scenario, we are focusing on departure flights due to the client priority. Angelica moves to a second approach within the GIP, Vieira Intelligent Platform solution stack, graph-powered machine learning. This approach can be summarized in a few steps. Firstly, feature engineering. GIP takes unique data fingerprints from internal flight tables and additional external data, such as weather and information around the skies, the planes, and so on, from different databases. It includes graph-based features, such as graph embedding. Second step, which is learning models. The GIP Meta Learner combines multiple machine learning models that use the unique inputs generated from the previous step. It predicts for each task the most likely duration, the shortest possible duration, which is the best case, and the longest duration, which is the worst case. The blue curve in the chart corresponds to the most likely duration. The red region to the other predictions. And finally, critical path. The learning models feed the graph, and the critical or not critical tasks are labeled using a wide range of information. And Angelica has big surprises here. GIP allows her to get 97% of accuracy, which means to mislabel only 30,000 tasks yearly instead of the 110 tasks from the previous example. Resulting in a happy worker and better, efficient business operations. Okay, thanks a lot. Back to you, Yannick.
Thank you, Robin. I don't know if there is questions or...
Just to contextualize a little bit from where it's coming from. For those who know the story, sorry to repeat again, but the product, even if it seems complicated in technologies, is mainly based on the different silos that are working together, and each of them are correctly working. Let's say the luggage are arriving on time, most of the time. The passengers are on time. The resources are allocated and ready to take the flight. The tower control is managing the aircraft arriving, and so on and so on. But from my past stories, I did not repeat again the Paris airport stories, but I will finally do it just to make the link between everything. We were working there, acquiring position of vehicles and position of aircraft from few years, starting in 2007. And there we were storing the data, and we had another application managing the snow plows and snow removal during the winter. And I was in Paris that time during a winter situation, quite huge for the Paris airport, and they were blocked. And one of the reasons was that they were not able to see that an aircraft was allocated to a parking was not free of snow. The snowplows were running everywhere. The team managing the snowplows were under stress, and they tried to solve the situation that it did not happen correctly. The aircraft was waiting, and when you look at the map, you see easily that the aircraft manager only needs to ask the snow plowers to remove the snow. And from that story, I said, initially, the initial goal of the product was to detect what is happening based on geolocation and other information. We had experiences at Liège Airport and now with Qatar to say, how can we share data between all the silos? Because this is where the bottlenecks are appearing and happening. And we started to connect the resource allocation table to see if the aircraft is planned at 8 and arriving at 8:05. What are we doing with the resource near the aircraft? And we can send a message. You can go to another aircraft. You have to wait 5 minutes, whatever the message we can send. And that's the second step. But now with the last ESA development, we ingest the past situation, not for Paris Airport, but for Qatar. We use machine learning to analyze the past to predict delays. And we did a study also at the Liège Airport to say, depending the aircraft type, depending the airline company managing, depending the handling company, we know that every Monday when it's raining, this aircraft will be late and this one will probably be before the other one. And it helps the end user to manage the situation and to predict stuff. There's no with prediction, even if we know it's not the final goal to use a machine to do everything. We were at the flight room in Qatar. There are 10 people per rotation, managing, if I remember well, 80 aircraft per people. I am not sure exactly about the numbers. And there they were presenting to ourselves the way they are working. They had 4 screens, cameras, applications, Slack and messaging system, resource management, plenty of screen and application. And the guy was explaining during that session how they were working, and every second they were interrupted by a call by the local players at the ground level saying, "I have an issue there. You have to help me for that," and whatsoever. And what we are doing from now 1 year, and we are finishing end of June next year, we try to simplify their screen, but it's a parallel run because they need to keep the current situation working. Even if the screen seems simple with the little aircraft and colors, to have all information in one screen. And we also know that map could help them. They all have a map, a paper map at their desktop. And now we try to increase the usage of geolocation and the screen to take a better decision, but also, and that's the next step, but the market is not ready. We are all speaking about optimizing, but when we explain what we can achieve, we still have to monitor via a screen and send alert to the screen to convince the people that we detect what we are saying we detect. And that's where the objective is high. We are finishing the project and end of next spring. And we are waiting for other players in those areas. If you are interested in this project, we can discuss how to go further with other airports. But we have seen that logistics is the same story. We have to manage trucks. For a truck, you have the warehouse manager will need to know if the truck is arriving on time to be sure he can manage the stock and the allocation of the deck. Or we also have the people who are waiting the stock information to be sure he can put the boxes in the truck. Or you also have the people who are managing the aircraft behind the warehouse, waiting for a specific truck not arriving. And the stories are all the same, connecting silos together to grab better information. Prediction is an enhancement. We know it's a gold dream for a lot of companies, but even starting by measuring what's happening, detecting simple stuff, bottlenecks that connecting to, let's say, e-business suite or other ERP, I will not name here because I cannot, must not. But we connect all silos together to detect information and help them to, they have information, but they are not able to see all the screens. And that's where we are. And that's the goal of the project. Okay, I'm finishing to let you, but I would like to just combine all the information from the business case to the why we are here right now and what we still have to do to finalize.
I think that was a really good summary, Olivier. It was really good to see a practical example. I know, Jean, we did have a few questions on this. Are you going to run through them?
Yeah, Roger,
yes.
In the interest of time, I think we actually are like a minute late for Ken's session, but this has been great. So I do see Robin busy typing in some answers. So thank you, Robin. That would be great. If you and the Oscars team have a few more minutes as well to just take a look at the Q&A and weigh in, and would especially like Olivier and Yannick to share their expectations for the World Cup 2022. That's an important question on the Q&A. So, but thank you so much to the Oscars team and for joining late in your day from Belgium and England. Appreciate that.